Hey, good evening, good evening. This is Spirit Journey. And yeah, so today is Monday. It's Monday evening, March 2nd already. Yay! I think this year's going to go real fast. Yes, it's March 2nd, 2020. And it the time is not 8:55 p.m. I want to just do like an update. I haven't been putting up as many videos as I usually do. Um, and I need to, this is more like just an update about what I'm doing now. Um, a lot of changes are going to take place, but positive changes. I feel I'm going through something, but it's all part of my um, waking up and doing new things. So, let's see. Um, I want to talk about just different things. Well, I am going to change the format. Well, at least how I do videos now. Um, I have a problem with my neck. I used to do a lot of the video editing, and it hurts my neck. I have really poor posture. When I go on the my computer to do the editing, and I need to limit the amount of time on the internet. And what I'm using now to record this is my iPhone. So with the iPhone, this type of gadget, my neck is kind of down, but when I'm on the desktop, my neck is like up like that, and it's really bad. And I try to stop um, to holding my neck that way, but it's really hard, and it's been hurting constantly. So um, I want to limit, and if I do a video, I want something like I could just do, just a quickie, using the phone or my iPad, and I do the video and it just goes up, so it's no editing, anything like that. I think that's my best move for now, but I may not be doing, still I may not be doing as much content. I think the only content that I really want to do is the different visions that I might get when I do the meditation. And again, I post those type of videos. It's more like a library for me to know what I'm doing, what type of things I'm seeing, and it's documenting things. So if, let's say, if something that I see in the future, so I know that what I'm seeing is being verified. Okay, so those type of videos I still want to do. And let's see, let me tell you some other update. Oh, I did have a vision yesterday. I think it was yesterday or today. It's a quickie. I let's see. I awakened, and then as you all know, who people have been following my channel, I keep my eyes closed. I try not opening it because it might interfere with your, how relaxed you are and everything. So I keep the eyes closed and I just relax and I lie still, and I might start to see like a like a at least for today, like it was like a something glowy. It wasn't round this time. It used to be almost round. This like an energy cloud. That's the best I could think of it. It was like kind of jagged looking, and the color intensified, and then it um, opened up, and then you see a larger view, and it started to get real clear. And what I saw was it was an outdoor scene in the daytime, and it looked like someone's backyard. It was kind of narrow, but not too narrow. But you can see that it's long. It has depth to it, but it's narrow. And it was again, I for whatever reason with my these visions that I'm seeing, that it's I'm always seeing the ground. So again with this one, um, I saw, let's see, ace. What's that? Pen, not five six. I think it was a six-sided. It was, I think it was sixes, but a six-sided um, shape. Like there's a hexagon, and that's, oh yeah, that's what it is. See, I guess I did know. Yeah, a hexagon. So it's a six-sided figure. Like a circle type thing, but it's flat. It has the six sides. Um, it was each one was it was kind of big, maybe um, it could have been maybe 12 inches, and they were all over. It was on the ground, and it had like a pebbly surface. It wasn't smooth. It was very pebbly, bumpy, and the vision is just me seeing this on the ground, and then the view kind of moved. It panned over to the right, and the walls was the same shape, hexagon, but it was black in color. And I remember, like, when I'm seeing this, now I'm fully conscious, but my eyes are just closed. So I made a mental note. I told myself mentally, I said, okay, now you're looking at that, looking at this, and okay, it looks like there's, what do you call that? Grout, that thing, that compound that they use when you um, doing tile floors, that the tiles sit on, and in between each tile is that substance. So I saw that, and I remember there's a contrast in color. So yeah, it just lasted a couple of seconds, and I remember saying to myself, "Oh, I want to see more. I want to see more." I don't know why. Well, it'd be great to see it in context. What is this place? You know, I didn't see anything else outside of the floor and then the walls. It was daytime. So that's what I saw either today or yesterday. And let me see what else. Yeah, I'm going to talk about other things, what I'll be doing now. Um, yeah, I'm really excited about it. Well, in January 3rd, I bought a guitar. Yes, the brand name is I- Ibanez, something like that. It's a beautiful, beautiful guitar. I got it on 34th Street in New York City. And how I decided, I don't know anything about music, nothing, but I got inspired by this video. Some of you may know that I am fascinated with things in nature, and I would love to get my own little house and a natural house. It's made out of mud. Yeah, I kid you not. Yes, it's it's made out of a type of mud. To put things in the mud to make it stronger. But in essence, it's a mud house, and it fascinated me. And they had this. It was photos of this house, and in the background it was music playing, and the music, it was real folky type music. Um, and not all it wasn't fancy, but it was folk music, and it had a guitar and a harmonica, and I liked it, and I was um, fantasizing about, oh, wouldn't it be nice, nice country, to have my own place in the countryside, and hearing or playing this type of music. and it inspired me. So I listened to that video. It's, I think, a 10-minute video, and I watched it over and over and over again. That initial sitting, and I said, I said, I'm gonna get a guitar and a harmonica. Yeah. And so I think it was the next day. I think next, or even the same day. I forget. It could, no, it wasn't the same day. It probably was the next day. And so at least by the 3rd, January 3rd, I went to the store. It's a music store. And I went to the acoustic section for the guitars. And I said, wow, I like this one. The color was very deep, a deep brown. And then I just strummed it, went bling, and it sounded real good. So I said, I'm going to get this one. So I put it up in front, and he said, well, it's a 12-string guitar. Those are kind of, for first time, it's more, difficult. I don't want to hear that, because if you don't know how to play anything, it doesn't matter whether, what he thinks. Everything is brand new. And you approach it in a new manner that, wow, this is something new, and you just learn step by step. So I bought it, and the harmonica. And then, let's see, a week and a day ago, I said, like I did buy a music book when I bought the guitar, and I have been looking through it for the past week or so, and I said, I need to learn how to play this. I invested money in it. Let me find a instructor. So I just went on Google, and I found a place that taught guitar. So in short, I talked to the people there. They were really, really friendly. Yes, they were so encouraging. Because see, I think I prayed about it also. Um, I know I want change in my life, and I don't want to just stay at home, watch videos, even though I love looking at videos. But I feel that like the neck is hurting, and other personal things that are going on. I said, I'm taking that as a sign for me that I need to do something else. And I think it's correct. So I want to expand my horizons. I want to get in better shape. That's so important. And I want to meet people. Yeah. So this music place, I had 2 lessons. Yeah. So I go on Saturday mornings and for 1 hour session, and it's fantastic. It might even be my new hangout. It's such positive vibes. People who want to learn music, they're a different type of people. They seem very social. I notice. They bring their kids. You have young children who are learning how to play instruments. Their parents bring them in. Yeah, I said this is it's so powerful. If any of you can do that, music is, boy, music is math. It really is. It's all math. Um, but you never really think of it that way. I'm not into math. I'm not a numbers person. You start talking numbers, I think my subconscious knows numbers. They're not my conscious self. And so you talk to me about numbers, dollar, I'm I don't like it. But I think that learning music, especially if you're a young child, I think it'll develop your mind in such a way that you probably learn to love numbers. So I had two lessons, and the people who I'm meeting there, there's a young lady at the door, and she's from my hometown, just a couple of blocks from where I lived, where I used to live with my folks. And she was so pleasant, and she's into, let's see, audio, and let's see what else. Yeah, met, let's see, the person who signed me up. He and his wife is expecting their first baby. He was so encouraging, so encouraging. Very supportive, very supportive. And I think, as I was going to say, that I was praying about this matter, about, wanting change, and who, that I think I asked the universe to send people in my path that will be encouraging, positive, uh, etc. And I feel that I'm getting it. Yeah. So I'm really excited, and I want to make it. I want to make it work. I I, you know um I think over this summer I want to learn a little tune, and I think I'm going to go out in public, and I'm going to play my guitar. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I want to try it. I want to try it. So that's new. And there's another new thing. This just started yesterday evening. Well, this is going to be a shocker for, I think, most people. I signed up yesterday um, to learn bodybuilding. Yes, you heard me right. I got inspired. What inspired me to do this? It's really weird what inspired me. It's more, how do you say, sometimes when something negative, you want to turn into a positive. I watched this video just a couple of days ago, and it was bodybuilders, and um, someone had wrote a comment about the bodybuilders, and I took it. Um, it was biased. It seemed to me racially biased. Um, how it was? I mean, how how would that be? Well, when the person commented that, like, they were disappointed about the modern day bodybuilders, and again, the modern bodybuilders, the competition that they just had in 2019, which was last year, uh, they were all black, people of color, as some people like to say. And I think only one white person did the top 10, in competition. So what's that saying? So he's saying he likes the bodybuilders from the past, and he compared the bodybuilders of the past as Greek gods. But what he said about the today's bodybuilders, he referred to them as a ninja turtle. Okay, and I took offense to that. So I said what I said, and then um, one person, it was seven people who responded to my video. One gave a very mature response. He, I mean, I sensed in the video, I mean, the initial comment that got me upset. I understood in part what he was getting at, but these guys, they really work hard, and to call them that. But the person that responded very maturely, he added insight. He thought I took it out of context, and he explained about what certain drugs could do to the body and could give them a big tummy. So I appreciate his answer. He's educating me. But either way, I felt that the word choice, now let's say, to get your point across, if it's about the tummy issue with the modern bodybuilders, I would say like um, a jaguar because it's real lean, and compare it to a pot-bellied pig. So you know right off visually, you're not pointing at their so-called color or race, but the shape of the animal, and you compare an animal to animal rather than a Greek god. And I thought with the term Greek god, what did the Greek gods? How are they usually depicted? They're depicted as white, and you comparing a god to a turtle, and they call them ninja turtles. So I was offended, and then someone else responded, and they were jabbing at me, trying to rub it in, and it just came off very biased. But it had me start thinking about self empowerment. That here you have people who spend all their lives trying to improve themselves, and I too want to improve myself. Um, then I found another video of a bodybuilder, a black bodybuilder, who won. Oh, I forget his name. I think his last name could have been Moore or something like that. A black fellow. Lives in Ohio, I think. He lives in his own place, house, and it was like a behind the scene, and it showed how, his routine, and I was so impressed by his organizational skills and how he had everything planned out, and I said that was inspiring because it shows that if you're systematic in your approach and you're dedicated, you could achieve. And then I started thinking about a former coworker I had. I had a coworker from about 22 years ago. I used to work in the cooking field. I worked in baking, and she worked in baking too. But her thing was breads, and then mine was like pastries. And we worked for a French-run company. The other half of the team were Americans, and the other half were people from mainland France. And the French are very particular about their cooking. I admire the French about cooking. Some individuals or countries have certain specialties. The French know French cooking, and I commend them at they take it seriously. So, but sometimes they may not like certain people. And this one particular girl, we're about the same age, but she was petite. Um, and the French guy would make mean looks at her, and she just seemed oblivious, didn't pay him any mind. But I learned um, when her last day there, she I was to see her off, me and another fellow went to visit her at her room to wish her farewell. And when she opened the door, she started crying, and she shared with us what was going on. And I had no idea that she was feeling like that. Um, so we exchanged correspondence, address and everything, and I briefly, we corresponded to each other. And also, she was living in Japan too. She's a white female living in Japan, and I think she's actually married to, yeah, she's married to a Japanese man. And in Japan, the attitude of the men towards women is really horrible. So, well, I give that as a background to uh, help explain about her psyche. So, fast forward with regard to this young lady. She, let's see, I found her on Facebook because I think I was thinking about her, so I typed in her name. She, um, in 9 months, now this girl had a childlike body. Her frame is like an 8-year old's body, very petite. She's maybe 5 feet, and very just very petite, like a little child. And um, she got into bodybuilding, and I think she won. Yeah, they used to show her on stage and everything, and I said, "Oh my God, no!" I was shocked. She looked fantastic. Yeah, and I remember back then, 22 years ago, she had a picture. She was selling baked goods, and so she had a picture on her advertisement. It's like a flyer that she hands, and she had sent me one in the mail, and she wrote a little note on it, and she was saying that when she gained 5 pounds, she says 5 pounds for me. She's telling me is a lot. So she was, because when she got back home from that place we used to work together, um, she was depressed and she started eating, and so she had to try to work off the pounds. So uh, I'm impressed with that because she had a tenacity even back then. She's quiet, and it you would never know. She handled herself. The guy was more despising of her, and they became even more despised when the day she was to leave. She had in her hand a big wad of money, and because it's the last day, and the company was to give her the money that was due to her. So she's counting in front. So what it looked like that she's rubbing it in that she got money, and she was just counting it before she left. It was funny to watch it. So I started thinking about, so I saw the video and the comments, and I'm someone that really wants to, uh, as a so-called person of color slash black person, that I want to feel good about myself and like who I see in the mirror, and then I'm thinking about my coworker. And in 9 months' time, she was that driven. The girl is driven and extremely organized. She showed her food portions and everything. And for her to be able to compete like that, yeah. And so I said, I thought I was just fantasy in my head. And I said, I wonder what it would be like. So I remembered that there was a place near where I live, that a gym of some type. I never really paid attention to it, um, but I had to do some quick grocery shopping, and so I went to the place. I didn't know what to expect out of it, and to make a long story short, I signed up. The person that signed me up, he was very encouraging, and we initially did the contract for a year, and the price is reasonable, you know. Um, and I was to meet a what do you call a PT, physical trainer, and that one I saw today at 2 o'clock. Um, and he showed me a little bit of stuff. Boy, I am out of shape, but I liked him. So I'm really serious about this. And then even before I got down there today, I said to myself, is it unreasonable for me to even wish this? I said, my coworker did it, um, and the guy on the video, he was so disciplined. I want to learn to be disciplined like him. I really do. I want to be like that. And so I said, I think I should um, dare and say, because they're going to ask me, what your goals and everything. So I said, I want to be, I want to be in shape, and I told them why, and I said, I want to build my body because I want to compete. I want to go into the amateur, the entry level for the bodybuilders, and start off there. Just like my coworker, it's okay. And I stressed. I said, but I love structure. That's what I want. I want to be really organized about this and have a systematic approach. And if I love structure. You just tell me what to do, and I'll do it. You know. So they kind of hooked me up, and I get my first my second lesson tomorrow at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and I want to get a regimen. So I want to get I'm really out of shape, really weak, and so I want to do it. And I felt so positive. I Yeah, I felt so positive, and I enjoyed the people who I met. And but I want to also be careful too. Um, I don't. I mean, I want to do this for me, but I think it sounds silly, but like I um I feel kind of awkward saying anything. I mean, I don't want to feel like they're really polite and everything. I really enjoy it, but I guess because I'm a female, and um, sometimes some men might um, get too friendly. I try to be really say it really nice. And my just watching a video about a documentary on Harvey Weinstein, so it started to bring up my anxiety. Yeah, yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, I just before I came in my bedroom, I was watching a documentary on Harvey Weinstein. That's the guy, the Hollywood guy, movie maker, who, yes, he got convicted, and so he will be doing jail time. Um, yeah, I'm happy about that. Um, but I see that, with women, when women get violated, even though it might have been some time ago, that sometimes triggers could happen. And I this is all about empowerment. Anybody, whether you're a man or a woman, and anyone could become victimized by someone. But I think for me to be able to stand strong and healthy, I want to be healthy. I also am doing a keto diet, and today I reached, I think it's ketolysis. Yeah, I've been well, ketones. That's when the body utilizes its own body fat instead of the glucose in your body for fuel, and it's supposed to give more mental clarity. And that's also why I'm doing it. I want more mental clarity, and I want to burn off my tummy fat. Yeah, yeah. So, I think I started the ketone diet about 3 days ago. Also, yeah, 3 days ago. Mm-hmm. Yep. And I got my supplements to digest the fats and everything, the enzymes, dietary enzymes that came in the mail. I am anemic. I not severely anemic, but I am anemic, and I find sometimes I feel like wiped out after a walk. Yeah, and I want to be able to walk my little dogs. Yeah, they're in bed right next to me. Yeah, all three of them, and so I gotta get in shape. Sometimes I start to cry because it's like, why do I feel so tired? I mean, I love to walk. Yeah, I'm getting up there in age. That's true. But, um, boys, but sometimes I feeling so wiped out. So either way, I got this special iron tablets. Um, I looked up on Google what is a very good, iron that's easily absorbable, and they said, well, I remember like I'm a nutrition major. I was a nutrition major. I got my master's in nutrition, and plant iron that's found in plants is not as absorbable as in animal products. So it's more advised, if they're not vegan, to get their iron from red meats. And so I looked online for supplements from that, and they have it, and it is expensive. I bought one bottle. I'm not going to take it every day. I think maybe every other day. Not sure. Yeah, did I take? Yeah, I took it today. But I want to uh, be more cautious because um, because of the condition of my body. If you no longer have your cycle and you take an iron, that could be a problem. Uh, but I am anemic, so I'm hoping that it'll help. And once it comes to a good level, then I won't take it anymore. Okay, so let's see. I also bought this powder, this protein powder. I think another problem that I had, I wasn't like I mostly vegetarian, but and I think what might be happening when I do certain physical activity is that um, I need more protein, something. So I'm thinking, well, let me get the protein powder as a supplement. And I also bought these organic eggs. I like eggs. And yesterday I bought meats. I bought a ground beef and a chicken breast. So I'm going to now, I'm hoping my attempt is to try to build up um, fuel for me for me to do this workout. They said, well, he said, when you're lifting weights and stuff like that, you're gonna be needing more food. I said, okay, yeah. So I want to get in shape. I want to look really spectacular. I mean, I like looking at me in the mirror, but I like to do even better. And I want to make a personal, like, yeah, making a personal statement that when people throw lemons at you, or life is, you know, didn't do certain things for you, that's okay. Because you turn around the energy and you say, I don't like what you did, or X, Y, and Z, but I'm going to do something to counteract that by doing something positive for myself, you know? And so this is also my way of saying, you try to throw lemons at me, but I'm going to turn into lemonade. Yeah, yeah. So that's what's happening now. So I wanted to share with you all this because I feel now things are really going to be happening fast. um, I wanted to, I mean, I'm going to just do it, you know. But something also tells me I want to be careful though, okay? I want to be careful. I want to use wisdom, and I have to learn how to speak up. Confrontations. I hate confrontations, but I have to be able to speak up for myself. I mean, it's easy when you're on the camera, but in person, uh, women, and other people, we have to learn how to try to defend ourselves. So that's what's happening now. I want to really streamline my life. Um, I don't want to be too preoccupied with watching videos as I did in the past. I also, also other thing, I want to learn how to do other things. I'm reading books because for this year I told myself I want to read at least one book a week. And I haven't really been doing that, but remember a couple of videos back, I told you guys that I saw an orb, a white orb, light, like a pure light the size of a marble. And it was right next to my face, like an inch away from my face, and it was moving across. Yeah, and so I want to study more metaphysics and um, the other parallel lives, and I bought a whole slew of books on different subjects, but this is one of them. Yeah, this is on orbs. It's called Enlightenment Through Orbs. Okay, I got that a couple of days ago, last Thursday. And then in the mail yesterday, I got this. I think it's by the same author. This one is called Ascension Through Orbs. And this one looks even more interesting than the other one. Yeah. So I want to read books on that. And yeah, and I want to get, let's see, tarot cards. I want to study about tarot cards and pendulums. I want to study the metaphysics or occult stuff. So the tarot cards, the pendulum, um, what else? Oh, play the guitar, read books, and then doing my bodybuilding thing. Yeah, so I want to keep busy, and I find when you have a goal in mind, it alleviates a lot of anxiety. I was facing a lot of anxiety because I didn't have any goals really. I mean, yeah, not like this. It's like a project. I like projects. When I feel like it, you just want to do it. Yeah. So I'm excited, and I'm excited that I'm meeting people that can possibly help me get there. So that's what's happening now. Again, my uploading videos may not be as often. Um, so I'm just trying to better myself and limit, because again, I was having really severe problems with the neck. So if I do one, it's probably just going to be maybe just on my phone or something, and record a video, and not even editing it and upload it. Oh, I see that it's getting late. So that's what's happening now, and so hopefully I can upload this video easily. I may have to just um, download on my other computer and upload it. So it's all good. So I just felt that I needed to explain this, and explain myself, uh, why these changes will take place. Yeah, um, I need to get my life in order, and you have to you have to learn how to say no, and sometimes you have to limit exposure to individuals that hold you hold you back, or who get you flustered. It's okay. You have to protect your mind and your spirit, and something you just need to limit that exposure to individuals who um, don't make you feel good, who are toxic. And so I'm just trimming the fat for my life. That's all. But yeah, I enjoy hearing from you, and I hope um, the content that I'll be putting up, I hope you still enjoy it. And yeah, so thank you again for listening and watching, and may you have a great evening. Yeah, and I probably want to try to show pictures also in the future, of what my body looks like, and I don't want to scare you. Yeah, I might do that, and yeah. So yeah. Oh, I probably need to buy a notebook and log everything on my journey with this bodybuilding thing. Yeah. So that's all I'm gonna say right now, and thank you again for listening. Okay. Bye bye.